Hello, beautiful cosmic souls. My name is Cyrena, and welcome to my series called Being Human, where I share my own experiences, knowledge, hoping that it resonates with someone out there who might be going through the same stuff. And then I also share guided journeys with light language activations and card pulls. So if you've not been here before, welcome. And if you have joined before, welcome back. Thanks for coming back. I really just tell people, create the space that you'd like to for this. It is all about creating that space to allow ourselves to open up and really receive what is being given in this time and this moment. So find a comfy place, bring in some, smoke if you'd like, incense, sage, and we're just gonna get into it. So usually I share a bit of a guided meditation, I guess, at the beginning, just to really help ground us here and help us land in this spot before I go into what I want to share for this week. Let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead and close your eyes and just finding a comfortable seated position. I'm going to take 3 deep breaths in and out together. Let's take a nice deep breath in and out. And another deep breath in and out. And one more nice deep breath in and letting everything out. And on this last exhale, just feeling your body relax more and more. And then finding your natural rhythm of breath, that gentle in and out. Our anchor for every present moment. Bringing awareness to your body. Just doing a quick body scan from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. Noticing if you feel any tension or tightness anywhere in the body. Especially in our jaw, our necks, shoulders, lower back, hips, feet. If you find any spots of tension, just visualizing it melting away. Or you can take a deep breath in and send the breath to that spot. And on the exhale, letting it go. Just allowing yourself to relax deeper and deeper in this moment. You can move the body slightly to also release anything that may be stuck feeling. And then bringing awareness to the mind, just noticing where it's at right now with no judgment. Just letting the thoughts flow through, being as present as you can. And if at any point the thoughts get to be too much or they wander too much, you can always come back to your breath. Always remember that anchor. Okay, and I just want you to visualize your beautiful energy that surrounds you and is within you. Visualizing it, whatever color comes to mind. Trusting the first one. I want you to visualize sending your energy down, out to the root chakra, out to the sit bones, and into the ground beneath you. And as you send your energy down, I want you to visualize the earth's energy, this beautiful golden light coming up from the core, meeting your energy and intertwining together. Feeling this connection strengthen. Feeling the earth's energy helping to ground you, keep you centered and stable in this moment. And feeling this connection come all the way up into the body, up and landing into the heart space. Taking a nice deep breath in and out. And visualizing your energy around you and within you again. This time sending it out, up through the crown of the head and up, out into the stars. As you send your energy up, I want you to visualize a bright white light coming down from source, meeting your energy, intertwining together, and feeling that strong connection with source, its loving, healing energy. Bringing this energy down within you and also having it land in your heart space. You may place a hand on your heart if you wish. Taking a deep breath in and out. And just feeling this pillar of light running through you, connecting you with source above and earth below. Feeling the balance within. And slowly, when you're ready, you may open your eyes and come back to your space. Okay, it's just taking a minute to notice how you're feeling now from when we first started to after the guided meditation of just helping you really land here in this moment. It's a simple guided meditation that you could do on your own time, anytime that you're feeling ungrounded, disconnected. It's kind of my go-to to just really bring myself back here. So yeah. Okay, what do I want to share today? I kind of went back and forth about what wanted to be shared today, but just with my own stuff and what's been going on, I knew this is what needed to be shared. And honestly, I've probably touched on this, kind of woven it into some of my other videos. But it's just so important. And it's been a huge message and lesson that has been coming up for me lately that it just needs to be shared again. So, and that is like touching on what our purpose is in life, what our purpose is of being human, what the main thing is that we need to be embracing. Because for a lot of us, the mind wants it to be this big, complicated, grand thing, what our purpose is. It wants to feel needed and successful and doing something. And a lot of the times when we get into that mindset, we're trying to control outcomes, and then we get miserable, and what we are doing starts to not be fun anymore. And that is usually when we start to feel disconnected and start questioning what our purpose is. Because our purpose is not this big, grand thing. Our purpose of being human is finding joy in life, in every day, in everything that we do. And again, I'm pretty sure I've shared this before, but it's quite funny when I think about it, because when I used to do my QHHT hypnosis sessions, people bring a list of questions they have for their higher self. And every single person asked what their purpose is in life. And I would say 80%, maybe even more, were told to be happy and find joy. And I remember talking to people afterwards about it, and you could see the mind not wanting to accept that. It's like, that's too simple. No, it has to be more. There has to be more to it. And it's funny because in those moments, me talking to people about it and sharing that with others is so much easier to tell everyone else that. But what I've really been learning, probably the last month, it's been really strong, is taking that message, telling it to myself. And even for me, my mind didn't want to hear that. It was like, no, that was for everybody else. Everybody else just needs to find joy and, happiness. But we're here for bigger things. And yeah, so it's been really trying to like pull the ego down and be like, no, the purpose is the same for us too. And I share this so openly and honest with you guys because this is part of being human, that ego mind. I have it too. We all have it. And it is nothing to be ashamed about. And I think a lot of us, when we get on this path, there can be spiritual people out there that make you shame that part of us. They are more about killing the ego off. And I'm not about that. It's a part of us. It's here. It's here for a reason. It is not about killing it off. It is about reining it in and finding balance with it. So the more and more you can do that, the more and more you can become aware of when it's rearing its head. Let it have its moment and then be like, okay, but this is not where we're going. We're going to move in a different direction. So yeah, I had it rear its head of like, that's not our purpose. Our purpose is so much bigger than that. And when I sit with it, I'm like, okay, but what is it? It has no answer. So it's like, okay, do you see? Now calm down. Come back within. And it is about that love and joy and happiness. Because my business that I do, the sound healing, the energy work, I was putting so much pressure on myself to make it a business, a successful business, and feeling successful in it because my mind was like, this is our purpose. I actually was starting to hate it because there was too much pressure on it and it wasn't for fun anymore. It wasn't bringing me joy and then me sharing that joy with others. It was becoming this like I had to do it. And it just wasn't filling my soul anymore. And so yeah, the last month it's been a really big shift in perspective of it, of like, no, this is my joy. This is my fun, my play. That's what I want to share with others. That's how I want it to come through to others. Not that this is my job and that I have to do this, but that it's like, I love this so much. I want to share this with people because it brings so much joy to my heart and soul. And then it's amazing when we let go of the wheel a bit and don't try to control things so much, how the universe can then start to open up new doors and new pathways for us, because we're finally allowing ourselves to be led by joy and love and happiness. So I know it sounds simple and kind of dumb to people, like, especially in the world that we live in, where honestly a lot of it is not joy and happiness. A lot of it is run down, dark energy. And so it's hard to find that joy and happiness when we see a lot of suffering and pain around us. So I understand how being told that that's our purpose seems, I don't know, not enough. But the more that we can live through our own joy and happiness, that is going to radiate out to others. It's going to show others that they can live in that joy and happiness too. and that's going to radiate out to the people they know. That is how it spreads. Your joy and happiness really only needs to reach one person to make a difference. And that's the other part. We sometimes feel like if we're not reaching all these people, we're not making a difference. All it takes is one person, and you will make a difference. And that's in any job you're doing. You do not have to be doing light worker jobs, the energy work, the sound healing. You don't have to. Being in whatever job you have and just showing up every day as yourself with love and joy, and hopefully you like what you're doing as a job. And if you're not happy, then maybe questioning, okay, what is going to bring joy to my life? So that when you do show up to whatever it is you're doing, others around you are going to see that and feel that. And then it's going to trigger something in them, whether they know it or not. So, yeah, don't get stuck on this fact of like our purpose has to be this big, grand thing, or that we're not doing enough if we're not reaching enough people. You know, especially with social media. It's all ran on how many people follow you and how many likes your posts get. And no, all it takes is one person to make that difference. So yeah, that is kind of what I wanted to share. And like I said, a lot of this stuff that I share with you guys are big lessons and reminders that I'm getting. And I think that's so important to know. The people that we follow and look up to as mentors, guides, we're still human too. And we all have these moments. We all have these moments that we need to be reminded. So, yeah, it's a big one. But, okay, so I'm going to do just a bit of a guided visual with the light language activation and then a card pull after. Yeah. Okay, we're just going to go with it. So, go ahead, close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in and out. And just following your natural rhythm of breath. Just feeling yourself in the body. Really focusing on that breath. Feeling it expand and contract the body with each inhale and exhale. I want you to take a nice deep breath in and out. Another deep breath in, really expanding the chest, your heart. And on this exhale, I want you to visualize yourself dropping into your heart space and finding yourself in a dark corridor of your heart. I want you to follow this dark corridor, and at the end, you're going to see a bright light. Following down towards the light. And as you get to the light, you notice that there's an entryway into a room where this bright light is shining from. I want you to take a deep breath in and out and step into this room. Step into the light. And as you step into it and the light starts to fade, you've stepped into the corridor, into this seat of your soul, of your heart. This space is your true, authentic self shining through for you to see. So I want you to take a look around in this room and notice, what is it filled with? What does it look like? All these things that feed your soul, that make your heart shine. Is it quite full of things, or does it seem empty? There is no right or wrong to this. Trusting what comes to you. Walking around this room, taking in as much detail as you can. Just noticing what is in here. These things that surround you are the things that bring your soul true joy. Maybe it's things you were aware of, or maybe it's things you were not aware of. Maybe it's things that you haven't tried yet, but have been thinking about. There's a reason that these things come to us. Just noticing. And as you're looking around, asking yourself, do you pour enough of yourself into these things that bring you joy? Do you fill your cup, your soul, enough with these things? Maybe some things, yes, and maybe some things not so much. And as you walk around, there's going to be one thing that sticks out, almost like a sore thumb, calling to you. This one thing is what your soul wants you to incorporate into your life more. This one thing that is sticking out the most. Your soul wants you to embrace it, to bring more joy and happiness into your life. Trusting whatever it is that comes to mind first. Noticing it. If it's not overly clear, asking for more. What does it mean? What does it look like? How does it look like incorporating it into your life? What is your soul asking of you so that you may tap into this joy and happiness and love for yourself? Sitting with this thing. I'm going to share some light language codes to just open your heart and activate this joy and love within you, giving you the confidence and the courage to step into it more. Nialiakoliata, nilialiakoliatoliata, shkanikatiliaskaraniatoltani, lotani, haliaskaliatukuliatani, lokotuliskaniliakoliatototo. Niliaskalia, niaskalia, otana, loliotana, nikaliato, shunoniaskaradiata. Nilidiska, niliatukuliatashkaniatiliatukotana. Niskalaniata, niskalaniata, la niskuliata, kashkuliata, nielekoto. Niliaska, niliatukuliata, takaliata, kuliata, uliatana, 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 Nikala Nieshkuliata Niska. Niska. Niskala Niokota. Utakariata. Niskara. 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 Okay. Remembering what this important thing is for you to incorporate in your life. You turn and start to head towards the entrance. And before you leave, you turn around. Just take it all in again. Maybe it makes you smile. Maybe it brings happy tears. Just letting yourself feel the energy of your heart space and all it has to share. You bow with great honor. You turn and leave the room back into the corridor, walking away down the corridor. Take a deep breath in and out. And as you exhale, just coming back to the body, finding your natural rhythm of breath, anchoring yourself into this moment. And slowly, when you're ready, opening your eyes and returning back to your space. I love those ones. Sometimes I get an idea of where we're going to go, and sometimes I have no idea at all until we get in there. But I've done going into the heart space a few times for individuals or group things, and it's always my favorite. It's always my favorite. So, and something that you can do as often as you want. That is your heart space to tap into at any time if you need that reminder of what's truly within, or if you're needing a message of what is needed. So keep that in mind. But so afterwards, definitely, if you want to take time to write down what you've seen or what that main thing is that you need to incorporate and embrace in your life more to bring that joy and happiness and love, please do, so you can kind of come back to it and remind yourself when you need it. So, okay, I'm going to pull 2 cards, or however many fall out. So, actually, I really love this. I just noticed, we've got pink back here. I'm kind of wearing a pinky shirt. The cards I'm pulling from are like really pinky and purple. And it's funny because a lot of the times we think of our heart space as green. It is the green chakra, heart chakra. But it also comes as pink sometimes. And I feel like sometimes when we're more working with the self-love piece, that is when it's more of a pink energy. So it's very suiting for today. But the cards I'm going to pull from are the Secret Language of Light cards. These are super beautiful. So intuitively picking, maybe just wait to see how many fall out here. So last time I said 2 and I got 3. That one. No, we're going to do 2. So card 1 or card 2. And just intuitively picking whichever one came to mind first. If you picked card number 1, it is Soul Journey. Oh. Beautiful card. So in the card, it shows stairs up to a doorway of light. I love that. So similar to the visual. And again, we're going into our heart space, but really it is the core of our soul. So I'm going to read what this one says. You are ready to start. A new chapter is beginning for you right now. This time, go easy on yourself. Be the courageous, loving being you are. Breathe into the present moment and allow any anxieties to drop away. Enjoy the journey and stop thinking the future will bring something better. When the future arrives, it will be now. Step out of the shadow of your past. All that matters is what you decide to do from this moment. Your life is yours to live in whatever way is meaningful to you. You brought yourself into this life and you are responsible for the quality of it. Trying to understand your reason for coming here will just hold you back. Just remember, everything you have done was the best to do at that time, or you thought it was. As you move forward, you will understand your motives. Experience allows you to better handle crisis. You are now deliberately creating a new chapter in your life. You are such an amazing pioneer. What a beautiful card. And so much along the lines of that, living in joy, in happiness, in love, living in the moment, not trying to control the outcome of things, the future, and thinking, what did it say there that was just so, trying to understand your reason for coming here. Again, that is like us getting in our head about what our purpose is. Why am I here? What am I supposed to really be doing? How am I supposed to be helping humanity? Blah, blah, blah. Don't get stuck on that. Don't get stuck on that. Okay. And if you pick card number 2, it is the Divine Feminine with a beautiful heart in the middle. Where is it? Right here. Shine your inner light on your desires. Dreams. Maybe that was supposed to happen. Dreams and desires. Look beyond the obvious and the superficial into the heart of the matter. Peer deeper into the hidden and explore the mysterious. Remember your vast potential and the unlimited possibilities available to you. It is time to trust your intuition, your inner voice, and your instincts. This may also be a time for stillness, for there are unseen forces at work, orchestrating the whole universe to bring intense and beautiful experiences to your life. Allow yourself to receive all that you want. You are the mother of all you create. Nurture yourself and all that flows within and around you. There may be an impending marriage or birth around you, either physically or symbolically. The Divine Feminine wants you to know there is always enough to go around. Abundance is everywhere. Embrace joy. I'm not kidding. That says it in here. So beautiful. Again, so much woven into what we talked about, and how this one also is talking about birthing new. And Soul Journey is all about the new beginnings too. So, and to remember, step into the heart when you need to. It's that easy. And just ask. And embrace joy. I love that. So hopefully those stuck out to you. They have meaning. That is what I wanted to share. Yeah. Be gentle on yourselves as we move through this. And be so proud of how far you've come. Take the time to look into that heart space and see what's truly there. And now, go embrace what you need to bring in more of that joy and love as we move through the rest of this cycle. Let that shine out so it can touch others and help spark their own joy and love within them. And know that it is enough. It is enough, even if it just reaches one person. Okay, that's all for me. I hope you guys have a lovely weekend, and I'll be back here next Friday. Before we go though, let's close it out. You can just gently close your eyes. You can place your hands on your heart space if you'd like. Just take a nice deep breath in and out. And just thanking yourself for giving you this moment of time to be still, to be open, and to receive the messages that are meant for you. Thank you guys again so much. And as always, I'll see you next week.